Alrighty guys, we're doing a brake job here on a Saturn, and somebody waited way too long. There's absolutely nothing left on there. So anyway, yeah, got this caliper off. You just pull the pin out and swing it down. Then I realized that he wants the rotors done too, so to do that we have to take out the two lower bolts here, take them out, and then the whole caliper comes off to be able to get the rotor off. So I'm just on the top bolt now, and there's the new one. What we do for a case of beer. So we got our two bolts back in, our rotor on, and now when it comes to pads, okay, like beefy and all, but make sure when you put the pads on, you put the, this is like the squeal warning light. When your brake pads get too low, this squeals on the actual drum, so you know your brakes are done. So just kind of make sure that's on the bottom outside, right there. That way, if it does start to squeal and you don't have time to make it to shop for a couple days or whatever, you can just take your wheel off and bend that tab up, and you won't have that annoying squeal. But just little tricks of the trades. Alrighty, and now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we grease these. This box come with some grease, so we're going to grease everything that moves. So that means on here we'll put a little bit of grease on these tabs, because that's where what they slide on, these ones, and more grease on here, because this is what actually it pivots on. Alrighty. Okay guys, we got our grease on our sliders, top, bottom. I put a little bit of grease on here, but the main part is I put grease in there, so when I push the pin in and start screwing the nut in, it'll grease it all the way through. And then for the bottom, I'm going to pull the rubber aside. I'll pull the rubber aside, grease it, and then bring it in. Alrighty guys, we're all back together now. Got her all nicely greased up, all sides, in here, in the bottom, in the bottom here. So that's one side. Gotta do the other side, and we'll get to the rear drums. Alright guys, I'm starting to get pissed off at Kyle's old mechanic, okay? It's one thing that when he came back with the new motor and transmission, I found actual bolts missing on this side axle shaft, okay? So he took it back, had that situation fixed, okay? But another screw up he did was this flex line, okay? When he had all this apart, okay, what he obviously did is he had the caliper off, okay, and this is curled back. So as you can tell, it's rubbing, okay? So eventually that's going to go through. All that is a flip of the caliper, and the curl will be forward where it should be, and there's absolutely no rubbing. So it's the little things, you know. Think about it, because like this is a brake failure waiting to happen, you know. And you're when you're doing mechanics, you're in brakes and stuff like that, you're putting people's lives at risk, okay? So this is a shout out to all fucking mechanics out there. Take your time, you know. Like, I understand if you have a shop, you got a lot of overhead and you want to get it done and out and paid as soon as possible, but you're putting lives at stake, you know. Anyway, we're doing this side now. Okay guys, we got this side swung out, but as you can tell, like, look, the kink in there, that shouldn't happen. Now I'll show you all you gotta do when I get the whole caliper off. Alright guys, now this is all you have to do to get rid of that curl, to get the opposite side kink. There, look, now it's proper. Nothing's gonna rub, no kink, nothing. When your wheel goes up and down, it's just gonna up and down like that. It's not gonna be hitting on your strut. Pretty freaking simple. Pay attention to the small things. Front brakes are done. Now we're gonna tackle the rear. New drum spring kit. I'm not sure if he bought cylinders or not. I'll have to ask.